Each album always starts with a feeling that I try to shape into sound. This time around, the feeling was landing on the earth and digging my feet into the ground. It was also woven into how I experienced the now. This time around, 7 billion of us did it together, nesting in our homes, quarantining, being long enough in one place that we shut down roots. My new album, Fossora, is about that. It is a word I made up. It is the feminine of Fossora. So in short, it means she who digs into the ground. Well, you know what time it is. Fossora is out, Bjork's first album since 2017 and her 10th studio album. From the teasers I've heard so far, I expect an experience. Bjork isn't like your typical mainstream pop artist. She's always evolving her sound, always trying new things, just the definition of creative. It's not for everyone, I don't go out recommending it to just about everybody because I know that it's like a 50-50 chance they'll actually somewhat enjoy it, understand it. But me personally, I love some of Bjork's past works, like Homogenic is great, Vespertine is great. Without further ado, let's just jump straight in. Octopus, track 1, which I've already heard, but I'm gonna write it up again. Let's give it a listen. This one's still a bit strange. In my reaction video to this on YouTube, which you can find, I didn't really know how to take in this song, how to digest it, how to understand it, but I feel like I completely missed the mark on how to properly interpret what she's saying here. On her website, Fossora.com, she says that the lyrics to Octopus are what Roland Barthes describes so magnificently in his book, A Lover's Discourse. It is about the binary spirit of human nature, left versus right, man versus woman, and so on. But the theme of the song is to overcome differences and unite. Or like the lyric says, are these not just excuses to not connect? And so on. It's all about finding a resonance, the little common threads between everybody. Like if you haven't seen the George Carlin segment where he talks about like the little things that we can all relate to. You should check that out if you haven't already. I'll leave a link down below. But that kind of reminds me of this here. The drums leave the mix. She's not wrong though. Like, have you seen all the fighting we're doing? The way that vocals like swell around the headphones goes super wide. It's crazy. That's my favorite line, probably. So explosive. Octopus, yeah, it's good. It's solid. She does experiment with something completely new that she probably never tried before. I've listened to this probably like 5 times since it came out-ish. But OVULE, the next song, I've listened to like dozens of times because the melodies on this one are so catchy. Track 2, OVULE. So cool. It's so cool. And those like filtered vocalizations. Sounds so digital like she's talking about here, but like natural at the same time. This reggaeton influence. Let me know if you guys hear that too, because that's so cool. I remember Bjork also said something about how she'll put the microphone in the middle of a room. I think it was a Red Bull Music Academy interview, and she'll walk in circles around the mic and sing that way. I think she kind of uses that same technique here. Yeah, I think she uses that technique there too. OVULE though, the themes of Octopus I appreciate more, but as a replayable experience, I say this takes the cake. But anyways, we're gonna dive into the first song on the album that I have not heard, Mycelia. Oh. I was not expecting this. Okay. What? Whoa. Mycelia. What? I can't say that was my favorite, but Mycelia, together with Trolla, is one of the 2 instrumental tracks. Spoilers. Oops. The word mycelia, formation of a network of extremely fungal filaments that grow very quick and in all directions. The structure can form a web that can generate mushrooms when under the proper weather conditions. Not that big on mycelia. Not that big. Maybe it'll grow on me. I don't know. But for a song that scratches the same itch this is going for, I'd probably go with OVULE, to be honest. Track 4, Sorrowful Soil. Very minimal album so far. Is that Sintry? I like the harmonization. This is a lot. Yeah, I can see the low end, the bottom end that she's talking about. Sorrowful Soil. I know that's one of the 2 songs that is dedicated to Bjork's late mother, rest in peace. I have to come back to that one a couple times. Not sure how I feel about Sorrowful Soil. I like what it's going for though. There's like no drums, and all it is bass and vocals and harmonies, and that's it. I wasn't expecting that because Mycelia was just an instrumental with like the elements from OVULE that I liked so much, but just running for an entire track, just kind of to me. Sorrowful Soil, I think, picked it up a little bit. So Bjork says, Sorrowful Soil was written before my mother died. It was around the time that my brother and I realized that this was the beginning of the last chapter of her life. Damn, that's hard. It's hard to go through. The song is sad in tone and is typical of what people feel before an ailing parent passes away. That whole beginning of the last part of their life. That adds a lot more context to this. I mean, it definitely reinforces the themes of the song, but let's get into track 5, Ancestress. Ancestress definitely fits into the sequencing of this album. That's a heavy track. The thought of letting go. It's the hardest feeling you can feel. You know, definitely you love and you lose. That's an inevitable part of life. And Bjork really, made it beautiful. This is poetry. This is good writing. This is what good writing looks like. It says a lot. It really does. And it's 7-minute runtime. It really says a lot. And that gong at the beginning, that gong that hits at the beginning really opens the space. Bjork is ready to pour her heart out, tell us how she feels, along with her son, who also contributes to the song, which is really nice to have. All right, with that, track number 6. Let's see what she's saying here. Beautiful 'tis in the fjords, when the Savior gives gentle weather, the hay green in the fields, grass and halibut refreshed. But when that winter our way one day does blow, I know no worse place in this worldly place, man and creature than die. And it's hard. There's no easy way about it. It's hard. It's something really difficult to go through. Title translates from Icelandic to how beautiful it is in the fjords. For those who don't know, this is what a fjord is. It's like a typically narrow inlet of water, almost like a river, but it has like steep sides, steep cliffs, Originally, it is a poem that was written in the 18th century. Later, the poem became a traditional Icelandic folk song. Yeah, this is a heavy section of the album, and I assume that victimhood is going to continue off of that. So let's listen. Yeah, she was right about the bottom end. Very, very dark sounding. She's really dragging out the phrasing of it. Another heavy line. Who am I that this has happened to? This instrumental, man. So much stuff happening. This is like Octopus, but like a slower Octopus. Those harsh drums coming in again. This is like hinting back at that fast-paced outro to Octopus. And now back to OVULE. OVULE and Mycelia. Alright, Victimhood. Well, I think this track plays a role in the album as like fallout of emotions felt after ANCESTRESS. It's like struggling with victimhood and, you know, asking these very common, reasonable questions like, why me? Like, that's something I'm sure we've all asked ourselves at one point or the other. I've rejected myself, sacrificed myself, felt sorry for myself to transgress us out of this tragedy. That's coping. We've all had to cope with something. For sure. In this case, it's the loss of her mother, which is definitely, you know, very, very hard to go through. All right, she says, here I go now at the end. So I assume there's going to be some kind of transition straight into allow. But before that, I'll say, I respect this song, but I'll have to maybe check it out a couple more times to really get it. I feel like I don't get it yet. It is very, like for a 7-minute runtime, I'm not going to lie, I expected a little more progression. It felt like it was kind of just stagnant, but I feel like that might be the point. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Track 8, Allow. Okay, this is where we're going. Back to the flutes from Utopia. Is that where the cover comes from? Interesting contrast to like the rest of this album so far. I think this is the most uplifting song so far. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of Emily and Nicholas on this one? I'm not familiar with them. Let me know. Experimental as always, man. Okay, Allow. Let's read a bit about this one. Allow was originally created during sessions for Utopia, but was not released until this album. Yeah, it definitely does sound like Utopia. But, you know, interesting to put a song that was originally meant for a completely different album on this. It's been pretty gloomy, but now the song kind of opens up the air a little bit to like, you know, the warm open wind on my skin, the first line. I think this is just herself feeling freedom somewhat, like trying to escape from that feeling of conscious victimhood, you know. The next song, Fungal City, featuring Serpent with Feet, who I'm not really familiar with, but I've heard good things. Clarinets are all over this. There's Serpent. Nice. This song took a few listens to actually click, but I think Bjork and Serpent work really well in contrast to each other. The whole instrumental just sounds so fantastical and fun and silly, like Bjork is really making her own world within this album. Whoa. Just when I was getting comfortable. Whoa. Serpent is killing it on this one. Out of nowhere. So many things. And Fungal City. That might be my favorite of the non-single tracks so far. It's just continuing on that path of positivity Allow started. I guess Bjork is kind of cheering up with these last couple songs. Track 10, Trolla Gabba. Oh, back to this? Oh, wait. This really sounds like this one Pokemon theme that I have on the tip of my tongue. This is so familiar. Let me just drop it in editing. Here you go. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, the DJ on the Octopus video, that's Kasimin. They produce a bunch of songs on here. They have a background of being like a gabber musician, and I know that Bjork wanted to dive into the gabber genre, more hard-hitting beats. So I'm expecting some things with this instrumental here. There you go. It's hard to pick out. What is going on? This leads into FREEFALL. Next song. Let's just get right into that.
Free fall into your
Oh. Whoa. This song just captures a mood so well. This mood of despair.
Our solar systems, Arctic, Persian, compassionate.
Persian. I like this one. Okay. FREEFALL. That and Fungal City are my two favorites that I haven't already heard. Those ones are pretty good. I might have to like re-listen to the album. Maybe I'm missing out on something. You guys let me know from the other songs. But Fossora, title track, excited for this one. Let's go. I'm not even gonna read the lyrics until they come in. I want to see what she does here. I see Leah. What we got here? Okay. We're only a minute and a half in, but so much has happened. Simplest chorus so far, but I mean, I like it. What now? What now? There's Kasumane again. What is the sound? Whoa, crazy, crazy, crazy. What am I hearing, bro? Bro. Take a breath, everybody. We all need a breather after that. Yo, I got thrown for a loop. I wasn't expecting that. What can I even say? Again, this is not normal. It's not meant to be. If you want normal stuff, this is not the right place for you. If you want stuff that challenges the norms of music and just goes crazy, creative, unexpected, you want a roller coaster in audio form. You want to go on a roller coaster for free at home with headphones. Well, I guess it wouldn't be free. Nothing is free. But I digress. What? I don't understand this song. I want to hear it again because this is the stuff that, you know, pulls me into Bjork albums. The element of surprise, like Octopus, I didn't know what to expect. OVULE, didn't know what to expect. ANCESTRESS, I didn't know what to expect, but I had a feeling it would be about, you know, a solemn tune, and it was, but it definitely did surpass my expectations. And this as well, all 4 singles, 4 for 4 on the singles, not even close. Fossora, man, Kasumane, coming in clutch with that last feature. I thought, like, I remember Bjork talking about violent bursts of gabber, and I felt like it hadn't really met my expectation of what those violent bursts are, but this is it. You want those violent bursts of noise and just crazy blah. This is it. Fossora, that might be my favorite song. OVULE and Fossora are my top 2. Like, look, I know that song may give you a headache, but man, if it does, then you don't have to listen to it. No one's forcing it, but wow. That was... I felt like this album needed a good title track as well, because this is a concept that Bjork really wanted to execute well, really has been thinking about for a while, and I think this song perfectly encapsulates all of that. All of it. Vocally, like, Bjork sounds the same as she's ever been. Like, her voice hasn't changed that much. Like, on other songs, it's more apparent, like Octopus or OVULE. But here, she sounds like 90s, 2000s Bjork. Bro, what is she even talking about? I guess it's just talking about what I said at the beginning of the video about the concept of this whole album. Just, you know, Fossora, she who digs. It's all about growth, and, you know, I have to read into this more, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Wow, that was intense. Very, very intense. And that's the second last song. Why are you gonna end it off on this note, man? You're gonna have me thinking about this song. Her Mother's House, final song featuring Bjork's daughter, actually, Isadora Barney.
The space in your voice shows the
Wow. Is that her daughter on the background?
of your voice.
Instant earworm melody already. Wait, hold on. Yo, think about that. The space in your voice shows the scale of your compassion. The tone of your voice reveals the space you give others. Bro, poetry. What did I say earlier in the video? This is poetry. This is good writing. I love that full circle on that. That's so cool. I agree. Like the tone of your voice reveals the space you give others. If you have that harsh tone of voice, it can be implied that you don't give others space because you're just that type of person. 4 lines in, and this is already a banger. I might be speaking too soon. Let's see. Man, beautiful. Wow. It's not just that like melody. Like this whole thing is impressive. I'm being hypnotized. I'm being hypnotized. And Isadora is just having fun with it. Bro, I just listened to Undo earlier today. Yes. Easily my favorite non-single. Right at the end, too. That was one of the reasons why I listened to Bjork. Songs like that just instantly immerse you in this weightlessness, this beauty. It's just gorgeous all around this song. Not even just for the little floating melodies that Isadora is doing. No, it's not just that. Look at this first verse here. It's something to think about. It's very thought-provoking. Very solid songwriting right here. And the more the song goes on, the more facts it spits. The more I love you, the stronger you become, the less you need me. Dude, that's so cool. It's like she's taking the lessons her mother gave her and then passing them down to the next generation. The cycle of love and family is something so beautiful and unique. And then it's like a call and response sort of thing between Bjork and Isadora. Dang. Sindri and Isadora both did their thing on this. I don't think there was a single bad feature on this album. Not a single bad one. When a mother's house has a room for each child, it's only describing the interior of her heart. Man, aww, that's so sweet. This song just puts a smile on my face. We got one last surprise at the end. This I still have to crack though. This I still have to figure out though. A balloon painted with red clay with lubrication will not crack, but will inflate and float high. Let me know in the comments what you guys think that means. I need to figure that out. I feel like I'm so close to finding out what that means, but I don't know. Undo. I feel like this is just saying like release that tension of just, this whole album has been very, very intense. This song feels like calming down just in a song. Just even that melody like goes all the way down. Like that sound like, ooh, I'm not even gonna try. You know what I mean. Wow. Yeah, I feel like all these songs like here are on their own. They're not as strong as they are in the context of the album, like as a cohesive narrative. That's why she didn't choose them to be the singles. Like Mycelia, I probably wouldn't listen to if OVULE was right there. But in the context of the album, I feel like it serves as like a segue, a transition, and it works in that aspect. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not a fan of the song, but I can see where she's coming from. But that's about it. Sorrowful Soil is a little bit better than that. But Ancestress is the best of that 3-track run because it just hits all the right points that Bjork really wants to hit, like to pay tribute to her mom. And track 6 was also very brief and not bad too, but it's only 40 seconds. It's only going to provide so much of a message. Victimhood, Allow, Fungal City. This is like, it's like building a world within the album. Like, within just hearing the album, I feel like about the fjords on track 6, I feel like that's such a nice visual to have because in the track Victimhood, I feel like I'm in that fjord. I feel like I'm in the bottom of that fjord, just traveling, whatever I may be doing. I may be canoeing, I may be flying, who knows. I just feel like I'm there. Allow is further on that path, and then Fungal City is where the fjord leads to, I think. I don't know. That's how I perceive it. I don't enjoy all those songs as much as songs like OVULE or Her Mother's House, but I can see where she's coming from. There's nothing like trash on this album. I can't say that. Free Fall, I want to come back to because that song had a lot of interesting ideas. That one I enjoyed more than track 7 through 9. Trolla was better than Mycelia, but both instrumental tracks, give or take. And the concept of the album, though, they work. I like the duality of it. There's two instrumentals, not just one. Fossora, though, crazy. Her Mother's House was a beautiful way to end off this album. If I had to give this a score, first listen, solid 7. She did her thing. I'm not disappointed, but I feel like the singles did stand out a lot as standalone tracks. Like Octopus, OVULE, ANCESTRESS, Fossora. You could listen to all of those in many different occasions. But for me, I don't know how often I would listen to like Victimhood or Allow or, Sorrowful Soil. I feel like Her Mother's House is like a spiritual successor to ANCESTRESS. Very nice. Very nice way to close out the album. And yeah, what did you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. Leave a like if you like this album. And I will see you in the next one. Onwards and upwards.